How's it going, folks? Adrian here, crawling out of my cave and into the light, because it's New World launch day. After all the delays, the betas, previews, and more, the time has finally come to explore the world of Aeternum for real. I'm still waiting for the Australian servers to launch, so if you're watching this, I could be in the queue right now. So in the meantime, I thought I'd share some of my favorite experiences from New World in the closed beta, the things I didn't like, and more, so let's get to it. I want to start with the game's combat system because that has changed significantly from when I first played the alpha and then jumping into the CBT a few months back. The stagger mechanic is gone, and the general feedback about that is 50-50, I feel, with folks either hating the change or loving it. With stagger in the alpha, the combat in New World against monsters or even other players in PvP definitely had that Dark Souls tactical approach, where if you calculated your moves, your dodges, your blocks, you could be rewarded highly. And the skill ceiling for that was really high. Without it in the recent CBT, most of the time combat felt very spammy, almost ESO-like, and that may be a good thing or bad thing for you. I personally do prefer the stagger mechanic, but I can deal with its removal. I just hope down the line that Amazon Game Studios will add more weapons with unique skill trees to reintroduce that tactical combat approach once again, which I feel the game has now lost that identity. In other areas where there's a clear positive and negative in my mind, I want to talk about the things I did not enjoy first, and that's mainly the game's questing system. New World has a linear main quest chain that takes you to various parts of the island as you level up while introducing characters and plot. If you're coming from other AAA MMORPGs that are story heavy, my advice is to lower your expectations. I know that questing in general was a later addition to New World, but good lord is it bad. The story and lore that's being delivered to you by the NPCs are bland, and most of the questing objectives outside of the main story quests are copy-pasta stuff. Pick this, collect that, kill those, and after a few different zones of the same thing, you do get bored of questing, and I did tune out of it, opting to spam town board quests for easy XP instead, which has now been nerfed, of course. The main story quests, on the other hand, aren't as bad and are worth pursuing because they do unlock important game mechanics the more you progress, like getting the staff to close invasion portals and more, but there are aspects of it I found pretty annoying, like the questing bottlenecks. Some main story quest objectives requires a specific boss mob to be killed with a long respawn timer in order to advance, and this creates the bottleneck where hundreds of players are waiting in the area to kill the same thing. It's a case of New World, but old MMO ideas, and I do favor modern convenience over that old school frustration. In general, I do find the PvE stuff to be really basic, especially the leveling and questing experience. The one area that I do enjoy the most, besides the life and crafting stuff, is expeditions. Expeditions are the game's version of 5-man dungeons, and these offer some pretty good challenges for you and your friends. There's quests to do and decent enough loot to earn that's comparable to crafting or from the faction vendors. These expeditions are pretty much your standard theme park dungeons with trash packs to clear before eventually coming to the final boss fight. They could take anywhere between 20 to 45 minutes depending on the group composition and experience, and it's here where you can spam combat to your heart's content, but keep in mind, the Trinity system will be needed for higher level expeditions. And then there's PvP, what New World arguably was supposed to be all about. And in many ways, that remains to be true. The faction system allows big guilds from each faction to govern towns in New World, which leads to the best content IMO the game has to offer, which are the big 50v50 wars. To get in, simply sign up at the contested town war board and hope you get picked to rep. For some reason, I got selected in the first war for Everfall on Affluent CBT, not by merit of course, but it did give me the chance to experience the large-scale warfare, and damn, it is fun. It could either be organized fun and chaos if everyone is on Discord, or complete unorganized chaos for those playing without comms. In these wars, I find the defenders have the advantage of the fort, with siege being ridiculously accurate, but it's definitely winnable for attackers with proper planning and organization. These big wars won't come around all that often, so other PvP avenues you'll find are the fort battles, which unfortunately, while can be fun with friends or even solo, I find them unrewarding if you value your time. You can also flag up in town and just play the game like any other PvP MMO with PvP servers to gank noobs in starter zones or complete your faction PvP bounties if that's your thing. Either way, PvP does offer a whole lot of excitement, but for me personally, not a whole lot of reward. I didn't find myself flagging up very often because the incentives are poor, and you can do without the paltry XP gains for flagging up as there are other ways to efficiently earn XP faster without the hassle of being ganked or hunted. So far, with everything I've experienced in New World leading up to launch, I'd say I'm not overly impressed because Amazon are not raising any MMORPG bars here, they're not setting any new standards, but there's still enough for me to jump in and play casually as a new MMORPG. My immediate concerns post-launch are the faction balance issues, which I'm sure will come to light, as so far I've only seen one particular faction dominate, and you know which one that is, and of course the post-launch content. We're going to need a whole lot more new stuff to do to keep players invested in the long run. I'll have my full review of New World out in about a month from now. And that's it from me, folks. To everyone playing today or later in the week, have a great launch and do enjoy yourselves. Meantime, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon to never miss a video. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.